Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I do have a Pretty Diva dip powder nail kit. I am super excited to try this and use this in today's video. I have recently just started to love and enjoy using acrylic and dip powders, so I was super excited when they asked me if I wanted to try this kit out because it is a pastel dip powder kit and there are so many beautiful colors. And this kit, I believe, is absolutely perfect for spring with all of the colors that are included. We do only get 20 dip powders in this kit. You don't get any instructions or any tools or anything like that, or dip liquids. So it does only include the dip powders, but I will be showing you a way to do dip powder nails if you don't have the dip liquids. So these are 10 ml containers, and they do have like a little seal for protection. That way the product does not spill. And we also do get 20 different colors of dip powder. We get 2 glitter shades, and then we get a bunch of other pastel and beautiful colors as well. I went ahead and took the little label off of all of them. Here are just a close-up of the powders with the lids off so you can see the color. And I am going to be going ahead and swatching these using the base coat gel method for dip powder. This is one method that I find that I really like when I'm doing my dip powder nails. There are some problems that you will have, like for instance, when doing the gel method, it is better to pour over the powder versus dip the powder, because when you are dipping, it will create like creases because the gel will move around. But I just decided that I would go ahead and dip the swatch sticks. So you might see a little bit of like wrinkling in the dip powder on the swatch sticks, but for the nail set, I did decide that I was going to go ahead and do the pour method. That is just best with the dip powder. That way you don't get any wrinkles in the product. But I really enjoy using the base coat as the dip liquid instead of regular dip liquids, because with dip liquids, they make my nose like really irritated and my eyes really irritated. My eyes will run, my nose will run, and I just don't like that feeling. So I like to just use a gel base coat instead. And I just have tried that the first time I tried it, and I loved it so much, and it made me enjoy using dip powders a lot more. So if you have that same problem, try using a base coat as a gel product instead of using the regular dip liquids. So I sped this up pretty quick, but I just thought it was pretty satisfying to watch the swatching of all of these colors. Again, you get 20 colors in this kit. I think that is pretty amazing, and it is available to purchase on Amazon, so I will have it linked down below. But I'm going to go ahead and just let this part, the rest of the swatching, play out, and then I will come back. Here are all of the colors swatched. This is 2 coats of each of the colors. They are all just so beautiful, and you honestly do get a very good variety in this kit. You get so many different shades of dip powder, and also you get 2 glitter dip powders as well. Now let's go ahead and move right into this nail set. For this nail set, I am using a DIY peel-off base coat, which will allow me to pop my nails off in the end. I applied my cuticle oil, rubbed that in, and I applied my top coat and cured. Now I'm going to be using these Bella Vita liquids, and these are the Protein Bond Adhesive Primer, Press-On Glue Gel, and the No Wipe Top Coat. This is if you want your nails to last, and I'm just going to be showing how to apply these liquids to make your nail set last a lot longer. I'm starting off with my Protein Bond and applying that to all of my nails and letting that air dry. Because I have my DIY peel-off base coat on, these liquids really aren't doing anything for me, but if you do want your nails to last, one thing that you should do is push back your cuticles and gently buff the surface of your natural nail to remove all of that shine. After that has been done, you will want to brush off any remaining dust and then start by applying your liquids. You will start with your protein bond, let that air dry, and then go to your adhesive primer. You will apply your adhesive primer and also let that air dry. These two products really help with keeping your nail set last for a long time. If you have a lot of lifting in your nail sets, I recommend applying 2 coats of the adhesive primer, letting each coat dry in between, and that should help a lot with the lifting. This is a very nice sticky surface that will help your nails last for a long time. After both of those have dried, you will go in with your press-on glue gel. This is a very thick consistency, so it is a little bit harder to apply to your nails, but you will want to make sure you do this step. It acts as a base coat, and this will really help with keeping your nails on longer. You will apply this to all of your nails, making sure you cover your full natural nail. Because this is a little bit thicker, it's a little harder to apply, but you will want to make sure you take your time and just apply it to your full nail bed. And if you do get anything on your cuticle or skin, just make sure you wipe that up before you cure. After you have applied this to all of your nails, you will want to put your hand into your big lamp for 30 to 60 seconds to make sure this is fully cured. For this manicure, I am going to be using the Bella Vita jelly tips in the long coffin. I am going to be clipping these down to kind of make a square coffin shape, but I'm just going to be using these and sizing them out. When you are sizing out, you will want to make sure they fit your nail beds from sidewall to sidewall without needing to press down. You do not want to press down on the nail because that means that the nail is going to be too tight. You will just want to make sure that the nail fits from sidewall to sidewall and around your cuticle. One thing that you can always do to help the nail tip fit your cuticle area a lot better is taking a hand file and shaping it to perfectly match your cuticle. After I have sized out all of my nails, I'm grabbed my Bella Vita mini lamp because I will be using this to adhere the nails on. I'm also using the press-on glue gel, and I'm going to be using this and putting a little bit at the cuticle area of the nail. I do not like to flood the cuticle. I kind of like to pat it around and just keep it in the general area of the cuticle. The reason I don't like to flood the cuticle is because I don't like when the product squeezes out, and I feel like when I apply it to just the cuticle, that is when it all squeezes out. After I have applied that, I turned on my mini lamp and then gently pressed the nail onto my natural nail. When doing this, you will want to make sure all of that product just squeezes up to the free edge of your natural nail. This is a super easy process, and don't worry if you have any of the product squeeze out. You can definitely go in and clean that up in the end. You will just want to make sure you keep your hand steady and your nail pressed onto your natural nail while you are curing. You do not want to lift up until you know that it is fully cured on, and you will definitely feel like that snug, tight feel when the product is fully cured. So I go into my mini lamp for I don't even know really how long, just until I know that the nail is cured on. And then after that, after I have all of the nails on, I do go into my big lamp and cure for a good 30 to 60 seconds to make sure that product is fully cured. I repeated that to all of my nails, and now I'm going to go in and cut down the nails. I did decide that I wanted to do something a little bit shorter and more natural looking just for today's video, especially because I'm using dip powder. I went ahead, cut down the length. Now I'm taking my hand file and just crisping up the shape of the nail. I'm also taking my hand file and going around the cuticle area of the nail. This is really important to do if you want your nails to look more natural and more flush to your cuticle. You could definitely use an e-file, which is sometimes quicker and easier, but I decided that I would just stick with my hand file. After doing that, I am going to buff the surface of all of the nails to remove any of that shine. Now, once again, I am using the base coat method. So I picked out this beautiful 15, which is a purple dip powder. It is so beautiful, and I just couldn't resist not using it. So I'm taking my base coat and applying this to the nail extension, and I'm applying it to the complete nail. You do want to make sure you take your time when doing this, and you will want to make sure you completely cover that full cover nail tip with the base coat. Because I'm using the full cover nail tip, which already gives a lot of structure to my nails, I'm really only worrying about the color and not worried about building up a structure with the dip powder. That is one reason why when I use dip powder, I normally always love using full cover nails, just because they already give you your structure. And it just makes things a lot easier when you only have to worry about applying your color, not building a structure. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, you can definitely dip your nails if it's a lot easier for you, but because when I'm using the base coat or the gel method with dip powder, I realize that I get wrinkling if I dip the nail, and instead I like to go ahead and just pour the product over the nail, and it just makes things a lot easier and makes a smoother surface. So because you're using base coat, you will need to cure the nail. I like to always cure for 60 seconds just to make sure it has a good full cure because of that powder being on top of the base coat. But to keep my hand from going in and out of that nail lamp, I do like to do all of my nails at first, the first layer, and then I like to put my nails all into the nail lamp at once and cure for that 60 seconds. So you will see me go all in with this purple layer, the first layer of this purple color, and I'm going to be doing all of my fingers except for my ring finger, and I'm just going to go in with my first coat. Once that first coat is all applied, I will be curing all of the nails in my nail lamp for 60 seconds. After the nails were all cured, I took my dust brush and brushed away all of that remaining dust, and now I'm going to go in with my second coat. For this, it's super easy, same as the first step. You will take your base coat and apply it to your full cover nail tip, just making sure you keep the product very neat. You will want to make sure you clean it up from off of your cuticle or your skin, because the dip powder will then cure to your skin and that would just not be good. So you want to make sure you are doing this very neatly, but you will want to make sure that you are applying the base coat to the full surface of the nail tip. That way when you pour on or dip your dip powder, you will get it on the full surface of your nail and won't have any empty or blank spots where the dip powder was not able to stick to. So again, I'm just going to be repeating this same process, and this will be my last and final coat of this purple, just because again, the structure of the nail is already there. The structure is the full cover nail tip, so I do not need to worry about my structure at all. If you are a beginner with dip powders and are worried about needing to build a structure for your nails, I definitely recommend just trying to use full cover nail tips instead. It will definitely help a lot with your structure and make your nails a lot stronger. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat these steps with all of the purple nails, and then once I am completely finished, I am curing for 60 seconds in my nail lamp. After that second coat of purple dip powder is cured, I'm taking my dust brush and just removing any of that extra dust. Now I'm taking the number 1, and this is a beautiful glitter, and I'm going to be using this on my ring finger. Again, just repeating those same exact steps, applying my base coat neatly to the nail and making sure I clean up anything that gets on my skin or cuticle. And then I'm going to be actually dipping the product. With glitters, I feel like when you pour, it's a little bit harder to get all of those glitters on the nail. So I did decide to dip the glitters, and with the glitters, you do not get much wrinkles. So that is one plus with that. So I went ahead and applied the first coat. I cured for 60 seconds. I brushed off the remaining dust, and now here I'm going in with my second coat and again just dipping the nail. When I dip with glitter, I feel like I don't get any wrinkles when doing the base coat method, but using a colored or pigmented dip powder and I dip the nail, I definitely do get wrinkles. That is the reason why I like to pour it over instead of dipping it. So now I have 2 coats done on all of my nails, and we are going to go in with something special. I was super excited to try this. I am going to try to do an ombre with dip powder. I'm taking my base coat, applying that to my middle finger. I applied a 1 coat of this to the entire nail, and then I cured for 30 seconds in my nail lamp, and not wiping the sticky layer off at all. You do want the sticky layer to be there. That way when you take your product and pat it on, it will stick to the sticky layer. I am using Beach Bunny, which is a super hot pink color from Double Dip. I did try using the colors in the kit, the Pretty Diva kit, but not any of them were strong enough with pigment to be able to see over top of the purple. That is one thing. You will want to make sure you pick a color that is like very good in pigment so you will be able to see it over your other color. For instance, my purple, I will need to have a color that is pigmented, more pigmented than that, so I can see the ombre. So after you have cured your base coat, you probably know you get a sticky or a tacky layer. You want to keep that there because that is what you are going to be sticking the powder to. Then you will just use a brush and pat on the powder and just fade it going up your nail. Honestly, I thought this was going to be super hard, but it turned out to be super easy, and I just loved the way it turned out. I thought it was so stinking cute, and it was so easy to do. If you are a beginner and you use dip powder, I definitely recommend trying out this technique on getting some ombre nails. It is so easy to do. It may look hard, but just try it once and you will be super surprised. So I'm just doing this on my thumb and my middle finger, and again, it was just super easy, especially with very good pigmented powder. It just makes the ombre process go a lot easier, and it will allow you to pat on the powder and fade it up the nail. I do quickly want to mention here, if you hear my dogs snoring or making noise, they are in the room with me, so I do apologize for that if it does bug you or just annoy you, but I just feel bad kicking them out of my room so I can do my voiceover. So I just like their company and I keep them in here with me. Now you will want to take a top coat or a clear acrylic powder. You could go in with acrylic or a clear dip powder, and you will want to encapsulate your ombre and glitter nails. I decided instead of using a clear dip powder, I just decided I would go in with a thick top coat that I did not really care about, just because the reason I say I don't really care about is because the way the dip powder nails are. I just wanted to make sure the ombre nails, it wouldn't put in like pigmented, it wouldn't pigment the top coat that I really enjoy using. So I did go in with 2 coats of that on the ombre nails and the glitter nail, and then I cured each coat for 30 to 60 seconds in my nail lamp, and that kind of just secured and encapsulated all of the glitter and the ombre before I go in with my filing. For filing these dip powder nails, the dip powder kind of does make your shape a little wonky, so I do like to take my hand file, crisp up the shape, and then I also like to take my buffing block and just buff the tops of the nails just to make sure they are nice and smooth before I go in with my top coat. This was super easy to do. If you know me, you know I don't like filing, and honestly, these were so easy to file. It was so quick. After filing, just take your dust brush and remove any of that extra dust, and then I'm going in with the No Wipe Top Coat from Bella Vina, and I'm going to be applying this to all of the nails. Once it is applied, I'm going to cure for 30 to 60 seconds in my nail lamp. After that top coat is cured, I decided that my index finger and my pinky just looked a little bit too plain for me, so I decided to take my Vetsy like rhinestone glue with the needle point and some rhinestones and just place some cuticle rhinestones on my index and pinky. I just thought this really just brought out the nail set and made a little extra touch and kind of just turned those plain nails into something cute. Cuticle rhinestones are definitely something that can make a whole nail set, and they are just so quick and easy, and they are just so adorable. I love cuticle rhinestones. So I'm just going to do this on my index finger, cure, and then off camera I did repeat this same process on my pinky. That is everything for this nail set. Very simple and easy. I'm now going to apply my cuticle oil and rub that in to nourish my cuticles and just top off this nail set. I absolutely love how this nail set turned out. It was so simple but yet very cute and classy. I really loved the ombre nails and the glitter nail. This dip powder kit will be linked down in the description box if you are interested in purchasing it. It has so many beautiful colors and that they are just all so perfect for the spring and summer. I really do love how this nail set turned out, especially the ombre nails. I was just so obsessed with them. I was just so amazed that I was able to do it so quick and easy. Like, I was just in awe. Like, I was just so surprised. If you have never tried an ombre with dip powder, I totally recommend it. You will be blown away with the results. If you are still watching the video, comment below a pink and a purple heart so I know you are still here. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.